going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
I'm unaware of anybody, frankly, whose wife has been sexually harassed and has made jokes about that type of situation.
Hey guys, buckle up because this Blake Lively situation is about to blow your mind. Just when you thought the Justin Baldoni drama was wild, she's managed to land herself in not one, but two more controversies that are shaking Hollywood. Picture this. Blake's dealing with a poster war over a simple favor 2 inches that's got Anna Kendrick's team fuming. And then her husband Ryan Reynolds decides to crack jokes about her legal drama on SNL. Talk about timing. The really wild part? These aren't isolated incidents. Industry insiders say there's a pattern emerging that shows exactly Blake keeps finding herself in these situations. From demanding top billing to promoting products during serious film promotions, it's all connected. Let me break down what's really happening behind those perfectly curated Instagram posts and PR statements. Because trust me, what you're seeing in public is just the tip of this drama iceberg. A Simple Favor sequel drama started way before that poster reveal. Sources from the production say Blake's team was making demands that had everyone walking on eggshells. We're not just talking about billing placement. This goes deeper into creative control and promotional requirements. Remember how smoothly the first film's promotion went? Well, that harmony's completely shattered now. Multiple crew members confirmed there were heated discussions about everything from press junket scheduling to social media strategy. The tension got so thick, they had to bring in mediators just to get both stars to agree on basic promotional plans. What's really raising eyebrows is how Blake's team tried to control the narrative. They weren't just asking for top billing. They wanted approval rights over Anna's promotional content too. The audacity of these demands had studio executives doing double takes. And those playful banter comments their publicists keep pushing? Pure damage control. The reality behind the scenes is way messier than anyone's admitting publicly. Shifting focus to that SNL moment, Ryan Reynolds' joke about the Justin Baldoni situation wasn't just poorly timed. It exposed cracks in Hollywood's power couple facade. When he dropped that "what have you heard" line, Blake's reaction told us everything we needed to know. Body language experts analyzed that clip frame by frame, and what they found is fascinating. The way her smile dropped, how her head snapped around, these weren't practiced reactions. For someone known for perfect public appearances, this was a rare moment of genuine surprise. But here's what industry insiders are really buzzing about. The fact that Ryan would even touch this topic on live TV suggests there's serious tension behind the scenes. Sources close to the couple say Blake was completely blindsided by the joke and their car ride home. Let's just say it wasn't filled with laughter. Even Kevin Costner's reaction in the audience spoke volumes. The way he watched Blake instead of Ryan, he knew exactly where the real story was unfolding. The promotional strategy for A Simple Favor 2 inches reveals something nobody's talking about. While everyone's focused on the poster drama, they're missing how Blake's trying to control every aspect of the film's marketing. Those collaborative posts with Amazon Prime, they came with a list of demands longer than a CVS receipt. Marketing teams are practically pulling their hair out trying to navigate her requirements. Sources say she's demanding final approval on everything from trailer cuts to social media captions. But here's the kicker, she's barely willing to promote the film at all, using her ongoing legal battle as an excuse. Meanwhile, Anna Kendrick's team is watching this all unfold with a mix of frustration and vindication. They've apparently been documenting every instance of Blake's difficult conduct since the first film, and now that evidence is becoming pretty relevant.
Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Even Paul Feig, the director, is caught in the crossfire. While publicly maintaining everything's fine, privately he's telling friends this is the most challenging promotional campaign he's ever handled. The timing of Ryan's SNL appearance wasn't just coincidental, it was strategically planned to help repair his image after the Justin Baldoni situation. But that plan backfired spectacularly when he decided to go off script with that joke. Sources from SNL reveal the line wasn't in any rehearsals. Even the show's writers were caught off guard when he dropped it. The nervous laughter from the audience. That was genuine discomfort as everyone realized he'd just thrown his wife under the bus on live television. What's really telling is how the other celebrities in attendance reacted. Anya Taylor-Joy's eye roll wasn't just shade, it was a reflection of how Hollywood's starting to view this power couple. The industry's getting tired of their constant need to control narratives while playing everything off as jokes. Even their closest friends are starting to question their publicity strategies. When you've got Jimmy Fallon looking uncomfortable at your jokes, you know something's seriously wrong. Let's dig into those infamous gin promotion interviews from the first A Simple Favor press tour. Everyone thought it was just Blake being quirky when she pushed aviation gin during those junkets. But newly surfaced footage shows how uncomfortable she made journalists feel. That interview where she pressured a non-drinking journalist to try the gin. Sources say it wasn't an isolated incident. Multiple reporters have come forward with similar stories about being pushed to promote Ryan's brand during what should have been movie interviews. The really concerning part is how she'd flip between discussing serious film themes and pushing product placements. One minute, she's talking about the movie's dark undertones. The next, she's practically forcing gin samples on people. It's a pattern that's only gotten more pronounced with time. Even her co-stars from that period are starting to speak out. While they won't go on record, they're privately sharing stories about how every conversation somehow had to include a mention of aviation, gin, or other family business ventures. The power dynamics between Blake and Anna on set of the sequel reveal something fascinating. While Blake's team was fighting for top billing, Anna was quietly gathering support from crew members who were fed up with the constant demands and drama. Production assistants report that the atmosphere would completely shift whenever Blake arrived on set. Everything had to be perfect, from lighting to temperature to the specific brands of water available. Meanwhile, Anna would show up, do her work professionally, and actually build relationships with the crew.
Now you see text messages in this lawsuit from Blake Lively comparing herself to the heroine of Game of Thrones, the fiercest female character we've seen in years. That's her riding her dragon. She's the mother of dragons in Game of Thrones. And that's what Blake Lively says in a text message, that she too has her dragons, Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift.
The on-set security footage shows a side of Blake that'll make you question everything. What's really telling is how different their approaches to scene preparation were. While Anna would focus on character development and working with her scene partners, Blake was more concerned with how each shot would translate to promotional materials. The tension got so bad that they had to start scheduling their scenes to minimize interaction between takes. Even their stand-ins noticed the stark contrast in how each actress treated the production team. The marketing team's internal emails paint a picture of complete chaos. Every time they thought they had a promotional strategy locked down, Blake's team would swoop in with new demands. We're talking about last-minute changes to already approved materials, sudden restrictions on what photos could be used, and constant revisions to press releases. Sources say it got so complicated that Amazon Prime had to create a separate team just to handle Blake-related issues. While other stars typically review and approve marketing materials within days, her team would sit on approvals for weeks, throwing entire promotional schedules into disarray. The real kicker? Those scheduling conflicts they keep citing as reasons for limited promotion. Turns out Blake's actually been available. She's just been selective about which aspects of the film she wants to support. The way she's cherry-picking her involvement has left the studio scrambling to fill promotional gaps. Even the film's social media team is struggling. They've reportedly got a folder labeled Blake-approved content that's practically empty. While Anna's given them plenty of material to work with, the fallout from Ryan's SNL joke is causing more drama than anyone initially realized. Sources close to the couple say Blake was more than just caught off guard. She was furious that he'd make light of a situation that could seriously impact her career. What's really interesting is how their PR teams are scrambling to handle this. While Ryan's people are trying to play it off as harmless fun, Blake's team is reportedly furious that he'd undermine their careful legal strategy with a throwaway joke on national television. The heated phone calls between their publicity teams will make your head spin. Industry insiders say this isn't the first time Ryan's jokes have caused problems. Apparently, there's been growing tension about his tendency to turn their personal issues into comedy material. The difference this time? The stakes are much higher with the ongoing legal battle. Even their celebrity friends are choosing sides. Notice how certain A-listers who usually engage with their social media posts have been suspiciously quiet since the SNL incident.
I said that having read through Blake Lively's complaint, that it was evident to me that she was likely under the influence when she filed her complaint. Not under the influence of drugs, not under the influence of alcohol, but of the influence of proximity.
That's not a coincidence. The way Blake's handling the A Simple Favor sequel compared to her approach with It Ends With Us shows a fascinating pattern. In both situations, she's trying to control narratives, but her strategies are completely backfiring. Marketing experts point out that while she's fighting for top billing on one project, she's barely acknowledging the other. The really telling part? Both situations involve her trying to promote personal brands during serious film promotion, whether it's hair care products or her husband's gin. Sources from both productions say there's a common thread. Blake seems more focused on building her business empire than actually promoting the film she's in. Even her co-stars are starting to notice this pattern, with several refusing to do joint interviews. The studio executives are watching all this unfold with growing concern. One insider revealed they're already rethinking how they structure contracts for future projects, specifically adding clauses about promotional obligations and personal brand promotion limitations. The impact on Blake and Ryan's brand as Hollywood's favorite couple is starting to show cracks. Social media analysts have noticed a significant shift in how the public responds to their usually beloved banter and jokes. What's fascinating is how differently their individual posts are being received now. While Ryan's attempts at humor are starting to feel forced and insensitive, Blake's carefully curated content is being called out for feeling inauthentic and overly promotional. The social media data that just dropped shows a shocking turn in public opinion. Industry experts say this could be a turning point for their public image. That perfect power couple persona they've built over years, it's unraveling faster than a cheap sweater. Even their most loyal fans are starting to question the constant product placement and calculated spontaneous moments. The really telling sign? Their engagement rates have plummeted since the SNL incident. Those witty comment exchanges that used to go viral, they're now being met with eye rolls and criticism about using serious situations for publicity. The behind-the-scenes tension at Amazon Prime marketing meetings reveals just how complicated this situation has become. Sources say they're literally having to create two separate promotional strategies, one for when Blake cooperates, and a backup plan for when she doesn't. What's really raising eyebrows is how they're having to tiptoe around both stars' egos. While trying to give Blake the prominence she's demanding, they're also dealing with Anna's team insisting on equal treatment. The results: every single promotional decision requires multiple rounds of negotiations. The leaked marketing meeting recordings will make you question everything about Hollywood politics.
Will not be in Taylor Swift's suite because their friendship is in a, I don't even know if it's right to call it a friendship anymore.
You could call it kaput.
Yeah.
At least from one side.
Yeah, what's interesting about this is that Blake is at least making it seem like they're good. And as we broke the story yesterday,
the budget for promotional materials has reportedly doubled, not because of standard marketing costs, but because they're having to redo everything multiple times to accommodate Blake's constant demands. We're talking about reshoots, reprints, and complete digital campaign overhauls. Even the film's international marketing teams are struggling. They've had to create different versions of posters for different regions, all because of this ongoing billing battle. The amount of money being spent just to manage this drama, it's making studio executives question if it's even worth it. The legal implications of all this drama are starting to surface in unexpected ways. Sources close to Blake's team say her lawyers are furious about Ryan's SNL joke, believing it could potentially impact their strategy in the Justin Baldoni case. What's really fascinating is how this is affecting other celebrities' willingness to work with either of them. Industry insiders reveal that several A-list actors have quietly removed themselves from consideration for projects involving Blake or Ryan, not wanting to get caught up in their drama. The ripple effect is reaching their business ventures too. Those carefully crafted brand partnerships, they're starting to crumble. Companies are reportedly inserting new clauses in their contracts specifically about public behavior and social media conduct. Even their longtime brand partners are getting nervous. Aviation gin distributors have apparently expressed concern about Ryan's tendency to joke about serious situations, while Blake's beauty brand collaborators are questioning the timing of her promotional pushes. The really telling part? Their insurance premiums for future projects are skyrocketing. Studios now view them as potential liability risks, especially given Blake's ongoing legal battles and Ryan's inability to resist making everything into a joke. The way this is affecting their relationships with other celebrities tells us everything we need to know about their standing in Hollywood. That SNL audience reaction wasn't just awkward, it was a perfect snapshot of how the industry really feels about their antics. Remember those A-listers who used to constantly appear in their Instagram comments? Notice how they've gone suspiciously quiet lately. Sources say there's been a mass exodus from their inner circle, with celebrities quietly distancing themselves to avoid getting caught in the crossfire. What's really telling is how differently other power couples are handling their own public images now. It's like everyone's learned what not to do by watching Blake and Ryan's missteps. Even the Kardashians are showing more restraint with their brand promotions, and that's saying something. The industry's reaction to all this drama is fascinating. While Blake's fighting for top billing and Ryan's making inappropriate jokes, their peers are taking notes on what not to do. Those private industry dinners where they used to be the golden couple, they're not even getting invited anymore. But here's what's really going to shake things up: the upcoming award season. Sources say several major shows are deliberately avoiding seating them near other celebrities who've been caught up in their drama. The seating charts being planned, they're more complicated than a game of chess. The long-term impact on their careers is starting to become clear. While they're still booking jobs, the nature of those offers has changed dramatically. Studios are now including strict clauses about promotional requirements, social media conduct, and personal brand promotion limitations.